Hello students, good morning. See here, in previous video we discussed the control statements. See, there are three types of control statements. First one is conditional control statements, unconditional control statements and looping statements. So in previous video we discussed the conditional control statements. There are four types of conditional control statements. First one is, there are four conditional control statements. First one is if condition, if else condition, nested if or if else ladder condition and switch statement. These are the four types of conditional control statements. Okay. In previous video we discussed the first three types of conditional control statements is if condition. In previous video we discussed if condition, what is the syntax of if condition, how it works, example of if condition and flowchart, means how it works, means it show that flowchart shows the flow of the logic, means whatever logic we are using in that program, how that logic is flow using that, it will show the flowchart. Okay, then second one is if else condition. So we saw if else conditions also, and the examples and flowchart and syntax of if else condition and nested if. Nested if means what? In previous video we saw nested if means more than two conditions, means we are using number of conditions in one program. So more than two conditions if we are using, that type of conditions is called as a nested if condition or if else ladder. There is another name for nested if is if else ladder. We can call if else ladder, otherwise nested if. We saw the examples of each conditions in previous video. So the fourth type of conditional control statement is switch statement. What do you mean by switch statement? See here, switch statement, the another name for switch statement is the case control structure. We can call for switch statement is case control structure. Okay. See here, sometimes in question paper they can ask which write down the switch statement, otherwise they will change the question like this, the case control structure, means you can if you know this name also, then you can write down. If you don't know the case control structure, means the switch statement, so it's very difficult to write down this program. Means switch statement, the another name for switch statement is the case control structure. The case control structure means switch condition or switch statement. Syntax. So we will discuss today switch statement. See here, syntax is switch variable. Here in parenthesis, means round bracket is called as a parenthesis. In parenthesis we will write down the variable, means whatever variable you are using for this switch conditions, no, that variable you can write down in parenthesis. Write down switch, that variable, then open the curly brace. Then in this switch condition we are writing the many case. It will check the case, if it will check the first case. If the case 1 is true, that statement is executed. If case 1 is false, it comes the loop comes to the case 2. It will check the case 2. If this case is true, this statement is executed. If this is false, it comes next case, then statement n, like this 1 2 3 so on up to n. It will check the condition. If one condition means one case is true, that statement is executed, means that statement is displayed on monitor screen. If that case is false, it comes to the case 2, like this. It will check the all conditions up to n. See here, if the for example, if the case 1 level 1 is true, then that statement 1 is executed and your program is break here, means your program is stop here. Other cases are skipped here, only this statement is executed. If this case is false, this case is false, this statement is skipped, it comes to the case 2. It will check the case 2. If this is false, it will check the case 3, like this. It will check the case n if any one case in this true, that statement is displayed, means that statement is executed after break, means your program execution of program is stop here. Break means stop the execution of program here. Then whatever statements you have written in default part, that statement it will execute. If this all case are false, then whatever statement you have written in default part, that statement it will displayed on monitor screen. If any one case is true, that case in that case whatever statement you have written, that statement is executed. If this all case are false, then whatever statement you have written, means whatever message you have written in default part, that it will execute, means that it will displayed on monitor screen. Like this switch condition works. Then here stop the execution of program. To overcome the limitations of if-else ladder, means if-else ladder means what? Nested if. In if-else ladder or nested if, we are using the more than two conditions. At a time we can use the number of condition in if-else ladder. But see here, if there are number of conditions, it very difficult to execute. So it's overcome the limitations of, means the load is extra, so that program will not work properly. So if this type of case comes, then use the switch condition. It will work easily. To overcome the limitations of if-else ladder, it will check all the conditions. If previous conditions are false, if the first condition is false, it checks the second condition. If second condition is false, it will check the third condition. If third condition is false, it will check the fourth condition. Like this up to n it will checks, means whatever case is true, that statement is executed. If all cases are false, then it will execute the default part, means whatever statement you have written in default part, that it will execute. See here, previous conditions are false, hence it is time and memory consuming. Using switch condition, means switch statement, we will consume our time. If you want to consume your time, means for time and memory consuming, for save the time, that purpose we can use the switch condition. Okay, we use switch statement for time consuming and memory consuming. That purpose we can use the switch statement. This is the syntax of switch statement. Using this, means like this statement syntax, it will work. See here, we will see the flow chart. Flow chart means what? See here, flow chart. Flow chart means flow chart shows the execution, means flow of logic, means whatever logic you are using in your program, it shows the flow of logic, means how it works step by step. It shows the step by step flow of logic, that is known as the flow chart. It shows the logic of the, means whatever logic we are using in our program, it shows in diagrammatical form, means user can easily understand that logic. Okay, then this is the flow chart of switch statement. Condition, write down here condition. Then see here, block 1. In this case, we are using the number of conditions. If you want to use the number of condition, you can use the if-else ladder also. But if you are using the more for consuming time and memory, that purpose we can use the that purpose we will use switch statement. Okay, if you return this program in if-else ladder or nested if condition, that is work, but for time and memory consuming, that purpose we will use switch statement. See here, block 1. In this switch statement, we will use different blocks, means number of blocks. If first block is true, that means whatever statements you have written in block 1, that it will execute. If block 1 is false, it cursor comes to the, means it will check the block 2. If it is true, that it will work. If it is false, it comes to the next block. Like this up to n, it will check the block n, means and then if the all blocks are, if means whatever n blocks you have written, if that all blocks are false, then whatever statements you have written in default part, that it will execute. This is the it shows the flow of logic, means exactly user can understand how it works step by step using this flow chart. It's very easy to understand to the user, means how this condition works, means how the logic is flow, means whatever code you have written, how it executes step by step. It shows the flow chart, means if you see the flow chart, you will get the idea how your program is working step by step. Then example, we will see one example of using switch statement. See here example, write down the header files, hash include. So hash see here I am telling you hash include is the preprocessor directive. This type of question they can ask in Viva, okay, in practical exams. Hash include is the preprocessor directive. stdio.h is the standard header file. So hash include stdio.h is a header file. stdio means standard. std is for standard, I is for input, o is for output, h is for header file. Means here we are using in our program printf and scanf are the standard input and output function. So write down the hash include stdio.h because we are using the standard input output functions in our program. If you want to execute that properly, then you can write down the hash include stdio.h. Then hash include conio.h. Conio, con means console input output .h. This is one of the header file. It will help to execute the program properly. Then void main. This is the execution of C program start from the main function void main. Then always write down the void main in lowercase letter. You should not terminate this void main using semicolon. Don't give here semicolon because this void main statement is not terminated by, means not closing using the semicolon. Don't give here. Okay, then open curly brace. Then char ch. See here we are using the character here. Char means we are using only the letters. So ch char for character, char we are using here ch. Then give semicolon. Then clr ser. This is a clear function. If you want to clear the previous output screen, use clr ser function. Then printf. See here printf is the in output function. If you want to, this is a standard output function printf for displaying any message on, if you want to display any message on monitor screen, that purpose we will use printf function. So this printf is the output function and scanf is the input function. So it is a standard output function and this is a standard input function. Printf means whatever message you want to print, enter the character. So using keyboard, from keyboard you can enter any character. Enter the character, this message it will display. Then colon, then you can enter here whatever character you want. Then scanf, %c here. See why I have used here %t? Because here we have written this ch is the variable. Here we are using ch is the variable and char is the data type. We are using here character type of data, so variable is ch. So use here %c. The format specification for character is char is %c. If you are using string, %s. If you are using integer, %d. If you are using float, %f. Okay, we are using here character char. So write down %c ampersand. Whatever variable you are using, that you can write down here ch. Then switch ch means here this is the syntax of switch. Write down switch condition and whatever variable you are using in your program. So here we are using the ch is the variable. Write down that variable within the parenthesis ch, then bracket open. Then case 1, this is a case first. See here we are writing the program of from keyboard. If you entered any character, means any alphabet from, see if you entered any alphabet from using keyboard, if you entered any alphabet from keyboard, if you entered that, it shows that whatever character you have entered, that is a vowel or consonant. There are only 5 vowels in English language, means a, e, I, o, u. These are the vowels and others are consonant. Okay, total alphabets are 26. Within that 5 are vowels and 21 are consonant. So if you entered any alphabet using keyboard, it shows whatever alphabet you have entered, that alphabet is a vowel or consonant. It shows that alphabet is consonant or vowel. That type of message we are executing here. See, case A, small a. If you enter small a or capital A, so A is one of the vowel. So if you enter small, otherwise capital letter, A, E, I, O, U, these are 5 are the vowels. If you entered any vowel, it shows the message it is a vowel. If you enter any consonant, so it shows it is not a vowel, it is a consonant. Okay, like this. Case A, small a. If you entered small a, see here, the format to write down any single alphabet, always write down the single alphabet in single quotes. If you are using the strings, means word or any message, if you want to print on monitor screen, that you can write down in double quotes. If you are writing any single alphabet or any character, so the format to write down is in single quotes. Okay, see, case A is in single quotes, A colon, otherwise case capital E. If you enter small a, otherwise if you enter capital A, so A is a vowel. So it will print the message on monitor screen, printf, it is a vowel because A is one of the vowel. Then it break. If you entered A, it shows it is a vowel and your program is stop here, means break. Your program will stop here. Other case are skipped here. It will display the result on monitor screen. If you not entered A on keyboard, using keyboard, see, case E, it will check the next condition. A, E, I, O, U. I have written here all 5 alphabets using means any one of the alphabet, means this vowel. If you have entered using keyboard, it shows the message it is a vowel, it is not a consonant. Okay, then case A, then say next case, A is one of the vowel, then E. If you enter small e or capital E, it displays the message on monitor screen, it is a vowel. Then break. I is one of the vowel, A, E, I, O, U. These all are 5 vowels. See here, break. Your program will stop here. Default. If you entered any vowel on keyboard, it shows the message it is a vowel. See here, default part, printf. If you entered any consonant from keyboard, if you entered any consonant using keyboard, so it will check all case, because these all case are false, so it skips, it comes to the default part, printf. It will display the whatever statement you have written in default part, that it will display on monitor screen. So if you entered any consonant on keyboard, see, it displays message it is not a vowel, it is a consonant, because you have entered the consonant. There are only 5 vowels and others are consonant. 21 consonant and 5 are vowels. Total 26 alphabets. Then your program is stop here, gate ch and close the program. This is the vowel and consonant, means find out the whatever character, means whatever alphabet or whatever character you have entered on keyboard, that is a vowel or consonant. It shows that that letter is vowel or consonant. It will display the message on monitor screen. Okay, looping statements. So looping statements we will discuss in next class.